kọ́kọ́rọ́ ni Baba Ijesha ṣá sí ojú ara ọmọbìnrin kékeré tí Baba Ijesha bá lò pọ̀. Ìwádìí ló ṣàfihàn. Ní ilé ẹjọ́ eléyìí tó ń gbọ́ ẹ̀sùn tó yàtọ̀ láwùjọ léyìí tó kalẹ̀ sí agbègbè Ikeja ní ìpínlẹ̀ Èkó ní ọjọ́ ìṣẹ́gun Tuesday. Òun náà mà ni wọ́n ṣe court sí ẹjọ́ Baba Ijesha. Nígbà tí ìgbẹ́jọ́ bẹ̀rẹ̀, ẹnìkan tó jẹ́ akọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ olùṣèwádìí ọ̀fíntótó ìyún forensic expert òun mà ló sọ̀rọ̀ léyìí tí orúkọ òun jẹ́ Olabisi Ajayi-Kayode náà ló tẹ́ pẹpẹ rí síwájú ilé ẹjọ́ láti tako Olanrewaju Omiyinka eléyìí tí gbogbo èèyàn mọ̀ sí Baba Ijesha wípé níṣe ni Baba Ijesha fi kọ́kọ́rọ́ sí ojú ara ọmọdébìnrin ọ̀hún. Nínú ọ̀rọ̀ Ajayi-Kayode ó ní bàbá ó rí ọmọ ọ̀hún títí léyìí tí ara ọmọ náà sì fi balẹ̀ pẹ̀sẹ̀ láti wo ìwà kò tọ́ pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ẹ̀yin kọ́ yìí nínú àwọn ẹ̀rí eléyìí tí wọ́n tún tú kalẹ̀ kàṣàgbọ́à síwájú ilé ẹjọ́ òun náà ni àwọn ẹ̀rí láti ilé ìwòsàn léyìí tí ó tún tẹ̀ nídìí wípé lóòótọ́ òun náà ni Baba Ijesha fi ipá bá ọmọdébìnrin ọ̀hún lò pọ̀. Ẹ wo ẹ̀sùn pọ̀ eléyìí tí wọ́n fi kọ́ Baba Ijesha ní gògóńgò ọrùn. Àmọ́ lẹ́yìn ọ̀rẹ̀yìn adájọ́ Olúwatóyìn sún ìgbẹ́jọ́ náà síwájú títí di 20 oṣù kẹwàá ọdún 2021 eléyìí tá wà nínú rẹ̀ yìí. Lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ ní ilé ẹjọ́ bá ṣe arise ó gbẹnu tán ìròyìn yẹn òun náà ló ń sọ wípé àní ṣì jẹ́ o.
What you have to say about this adjournment in court today? Comment. So we're going to watch him because it looks healthy. It doesn't look back, but at the same time we try to see if we can get princess. And we saw Iyabo Ojo present in court today. Shortly, I will give you the details of what happened in the house. Now we watch Baba Ijesha, and he said he had no comments regarding today's case in court. Yes. So today at the court, it was a long session as we had. Now we have our husband. Good day, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am. Please, would you like to talk to us regarding today's case at the court? It's obvious that Madam Iyabo Ojo has nothing to say to us as she has decided to keep it and doesn't want to answer us, but as you can see, she's entitled to do. But Matt, since the beginning of this case, you have chosen not to speak to us. Is it that you have nothing to say, or you don't just want to talk to the press? Now we watch our little court. Let's see if we can get Princess to speak to us.
Smash ups.
Oh yes.
You want the mountain? Oh, you need more than the problem with any problem. You want the problem? I should provide. That's my driver. That's we have time. We don't talk in public. We don't talk in public. We don't talk in public. See you later. We don't talk in public. I want to talk in public.
Okay, ma'am, Mrs. Adeyemi, we know you as a popular social media speaker, and we would like to ask you if you have anything to say concerning this case.
The case in court, I can't say anything. If I haven't said anything, the government just appreciate that non-government organizations are wonderful, they're doing a good job, and it's high time the government partners with every single non-governmental organization because they are the most popular institution. What I saw today just gives an insight that the government needs to wake up and partner with non-governmental organizations to give them the best that the society deserves.
Okay, you said what you saw today. What exactly did you see that makes you feel that the government should give non-governmental organizations
When the time
more
comes, you will
support?
know.
Please, no comment, please.
No
Respect
comment,
our
please.
decision, please. No comment. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, ma. All right, that was Mrs. Adeyemi. She's a very popular person on social media for regards and comments on politics and other topics. But today we saw Iyabo Ojo in court. And ever since the beginning of this case, she doesn't talk to the press. Even if you ask her questions, she will not say anything. And we also saw Princess leave the court. And also we saw Baba Ijesha leave the court. Regarding what happened in the court today, the judge came at exactly... at exactly 10:25, and the chief counsel Babatunde Ogala was absent, and also Dada Awoshika was also out of the country, which made one of the defendant's counsel to appeal for an adjournment of the case, which was declined by the judge. Moving forward, a child expert was also present, that is in person of Mrs Olabisi Ajayi-Kayode. When they called her out for testimony, they had to send every witness out of the court, and she said she works at the CC Yara Foundation. She also said she is the executive director at the CC Yara Foundation. And she said she has participated in over 25 interviews. Her main purpose in court today was her to give us the details on the forensic interview she had with the child. That is the minor that is involved in the case. Now that is Princess leaving the court. We'll also take you round to see if we can get any of the counsel or defendants speak to us. But while we move, I'll still give you the updates about what happened in court today. So Mrs Olabisi Kayode, who claimed to be an executive director at the CC Yara Foundation, also said that she had an interview with the child, who is a minor and is involved in the case. She said the case was also transferred to her by the State Criminal Investigation Department. We are still in the court premises for benefit of those just joining this live video. We've watched several people leave the court, and now we'll be talking to a host of people who are ready to speak to us. And after the interview, let's get to speak to him.
And I believe so much
Okay, like I was saying earlier, we also...
Court is not an exception, you understand? And the process of court is changed under rule of law and the constitution. So far so good. The rule of law and the constitution of Nigeria is still playing out well. The court process is, fine. We are okay. So we are hoping for the best. And the best is to vindicate any type of belief or accused person. In any way, we don't have to preempt. We don't have to preempt the judgment of the court, the decision of the court. But at the same time, we still have all that right to wish ourselves the best. And the best is vindication of Olanrewaju Omiyinka out of this. By the special grace of God, all of us we have.
Do you think the forensic investigation I was talking about, you admit to all of what they say because your legal counsel didn't object to whatever was said?
Of course, there's nothing so new about the forensic report other than what we have been hearing. So if everything we have been hearing is a form of fallacy, then it simply means that the forensic result is also a fallacy. But we wouldn't conclude now, since they told us that they have a presentation, which is a video presentation. So out of that, we're going to judge between what is being said and what we see on the video. But so far so good with what we heard. I was in the court, you understand? With everything we heard, it's not new, it's not different from what we have been hearing. I say it again, if everything we have heard so far has a form of a fallacy in it, then the forensic report is also a fallacy.
So the entire what you're saying, even though Baba Ijesha himself had admitted on a recording where he said he admitted he had done something wrong, you are saying everything yet is still a fallacy?
Point of correction, for all the press here, Baba Ijesha did not admit to anything. That was a doctored video you were shown, and I think the court had made such request that the entire video, if this is actually a CCTV cannot hang itself, cannot terminate itself while recording. So by the time the people came in, the harassment began. I mean, those who harassed Baba Ijesha, it all began. And at that point, what were those things that transpired? You understand? Before it got to that point, it's a CCTV camera. You don't have to have a jump cut. I'm a movie director. You understand? I know what a jump cut is, and as a journalist that records, I believe you all understand what a jump cut is. If it's actually a CCTV camera presented as a whole, then we don't have to experience those jump cuts in that video. So being a doctored video, nobody would accept or nobody would agree to a particular statement being mentioned in just like treating a particular phrase out of a whole chapter. So the whole chapter is the entire video. So the phrase in there is not meant to be treated until we have the entire video.
Please, can we get your name?
My name is Olanrewaju.
Since the beginning of this case, we've seen you trying to vindicate Baba Ijesha, and now you're saying that the CCTV had jump cuts. And I would like to ask, is it that behind bars, you people have not had conversations about what really happened or what exactly happened that particular day?
We have had several conversations.
And what was Baba Ijesha's response?
I will tell you wholeheartedly that I'm not here to divulge what the conversation is. As good as saying the policemen should bring their what they call it, their statement. The statement bring it to Baba Ijesha. No, you don't have to. Everything is before the courts. They are going to work on it. But at the same time, to have fair hearing, everybody has to come to say their own, either in contradiction to what is being written down, or in connection with it. Whatever the case is, we have had several conversations. One has been very, very different. Like I said, as a senior colleague.
Ṣé nǹkan tẹ́ ń sọ ni pé ẹ̀gbà nǹkan tí onímọ̀ nípa ọmọdé tó sọ lónìí ní ilé ẹjọ́ pé òun bá ọmọdé yìí tí nǹkan tí wọ́n ní nǹkan yìí ṣẹlẹ̀ sí òun bá a sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n yẹ pé ó sì sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ pé ṣé òun àti kẹ́bí ọdún mẹ́tì ni wọ́n ti ń bá a ṣe àṣemọ́ṣe tí wọ́n ní wọ́n bá a ṣe.
Ẹ̀yin náà máa gbà pẹ̀lú mi bí akínsẹ́lẹ̀ ni ẹ̀yin náà máa gbà pẹ̀lú mi pé n tó sọ yẹn n tí onímọ̀ ìjìnlẹ̀ yẹn sọ yẹn is the same thing as nǹkan tá ti ń gbọ́ bọ̀. So tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tá ti ń gbọ́ láti jọ ìjẹ́rọ á jẹ́ pé n tó sọ yẹn rọ. Tó bá jẹ́ pé nǹkan tí ń gbọ́ bọ̀ láti jọ ojú òótọ́ á jẹ́ pé n tó sọ yẹn tọ́ ni. Kò ń ṣe tuntun kò ṣe pé bóyá ẹni ẹ̀ ṣe gbé tuntun wá táwa gbọ́ níta wá ń ṣe wọ́n ń kà so ilé ìtúnṣẹlẹ̀
ṣùgbọ́n obìnrin yìí lòun ti ń ṣe ó lòun ti ń fọ̀rọ̀ wá àwọn ọmọdé tí wọ́n ṣe àṣemáṣe fún ti pẹ́ ó sì fi in tóun rí ni pé nǹkan yìí gan ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí ọmọ.
ó sọ pé òun ti ń fọ̀rọ̀ wá àwọn ọmọ lẹ́nu not that particular day. Sẹ́ni you treat each case, I did literature in my school, you understand? You treat each case differently. So the fact that we pay nínú ilé yìí ẹnìkan wọ bẹ̀ ó jalè does not mean pé gbàǹtọ́ àmì ló lè o ẹ understand nítorí pé wọ́n ti ń ṣe rẹ̀ tipẹ́tipẹ́ kò túmọ̀ sí pé bí tọmọ tó ń sọ yìí náà ṣe rí nìyẹn pardon me for mentioning this so kò túmọ̀ sí pé bí tọmọ yìí náà ṣe rí nìyẹn ẹ understand so like what I said earlier kò sí tuntun ní ìta gbọ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ rí so tó bá yẹ pé nǹkan yẹn jẹ́ òótọ́ nígbà ká ń gbọ́ yẹn ó ti jẹ́ òótọ́ tó fẹsẹ̀ nílẹ̀ ó ṣeé ṣe ká má sí court kí ìdájọ́ ti wá before now but torí pé kíní yẹn náà a ṣe ń fa pé kò rí bẹ́ẹ̀ náà la ṣe wá bí so nǹkan yẹn wọ́n tún wá gbé wá fún wa ọ̀rẹ́ mi ni àjọ ṣiṣẹ́ kan náà.
All right, we are still in court and you've heard a lot and you've seen a lot. For those that have started this live with us, immediately we started, we took you through our Baba Ijesha, that is Olanrewaju Omiyinka, left the court. We saw how Iyabo Ojo also left the court. We saw how Princess left the court, and many more who came to the court today. The court today had another. We had another person in court, in person of Mrs Ajayi. She said she's a certified forensic interview trainee and also a lawyer with a master's degree. And she also said that she was here to testify on the child forensic interview, which is with the minor that was involved in the case. As you can see, we still have people around the court. We still have journalists. We have people who... We have Baba Ijesha's colleagues and supporters around the court. As you can see, we are live in Ikeja. This is a special offense court in Ikeja. Going back to what Mrs Ajayi said today, like you heard what the previous man said. She said the same thing that people have testified to in the courts over and over again. So she came and she said that she interviewed the child. The child was bold, she was relaxed and tenacious, giving a free recall of the event. So according to what she said, it's still the same story around the case, right from the inception of how she was earlier molested and afterwards she was molested again close to the vehicle. It's still the same thing she said, but she tendered a flash, which she said which the judge instructed that it should be played in the next case. And this case has been adjourned to the 20th and 21st October 2021, 10:30 a.m. So that is all that happened at the courts today. If you have been following us from the inception, you would have seen it, you would have witnessed it, you would have seen the moods on their faces. And I'll go back to remind you again that the chief counsel was not in court today. That's Babatunde Ogala, and also Dada Awoshika was also absent, but we didn't really hear from the defendants. But till then, we'll wait and anticipate till the 20th and 21st of October 2021, where the case was adjourned to. Thank you so much for